James Twin for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so this is a follow-up video that I just made to a previous video about Jai Opetaia. You know, I did a video recently about Jai Opetaia because I felt like Jai Opetaia, despite his status in boxing as the lineal cruiserweight champion of the world and one of the best fighters out there, he's not getting treated right by Turki Alalshikh. They're not delivering for him the fights they need to deliver. They're not paying the opponents that they need to pay. They're not. He's not getting the treatment he deserves based on his abilities, right? And we've been sold that, you know, the Saudis have all this money to burn, right? But I feel like it's very selective on who they burn their money on. Let's just be real. So this video, I'm gonna keep that same energy but for a different fighter, and that fighter is Joseph Parker, because I feel like Joseph Parker, right now, he's not getting treated fairly by Turki Alalshikh. Now, has he been treated well in the past? I will say yes. I'm gonna be fair here. I'm not gonna be biased or hate. Like, Turki did deliver some great fights to Joseph Parker against the likes of Zhang, against the likes of Wilder, fights that really enhanced the reputation and career of Joseph Parker and gave him the opportunity to have this renaissance, so to speak. So Turki does deserve credit for that, and I will tip my cap and I will give him credit for that because he deserves it. But where I will push back and where I will kind of recite some of the thoughts from that Jai Opetaia video is that right now he's not getting treated fairly. Why? Because Joseph Parker has fought himself into becoming, once again, one of the top contenders in the world. He's the only guy from this previous era that Alexander Usyk hasn't fought. He's a former heavyweight champion. You know, this guy's done some things. He's fought, you know, any and all comers. He's proven to be one of the top fighters in boxing. Forget the heavyweight division, but one of the top fighters in boxing when it comes to stepping up to the plate to make big fights happen and good fights happen and fighting the best people. He's one of them guys, right? So he's doing everything right. He's doing what he needs to do in the ring, and he's not being rewarded for it. And that's why I got a problem, because Turki Alalshikh has always postured himself as a guy that if you do the right thing, if you do what you're supposed to do, you will get the big fights. And this guy's been doing everything right over the last 2 years, and he's not getting the big fights. In fact, I mean, and it's good. Like, shout out to, you know, Turki, I guess. He's keeping Parker active. Parker gets to fight Fabio Wardley. But think about it. He's fighting Fabio Wardley on foreign soil. You know, we know that British judging, if fights are close, can be, as the Brits would say, very dodgy, very untrustworthy. And it's just not a good, like Wardley, with all due respect to him, I respect him as a fighter, I respect his story in boxing, but he is a step down from Wilder. He is a step down from Zhang. Beating Wardley doesn't really do anything for Parker, but just kind of keep him jogging in place, keep the gravy train rolling, right? So, yeah, he's not getting treated fairly. And I can say this because Turki Alalshikh said himself. He said himself, this ain't BT's words, guys. This isn't me creating words out of thin air. A lot of you guys think I'm so smart that I can create words out of thin air, but that's not the case. I'm just going off of what's out there already. Turki was asked about Parker fighting Alexander Usyk, and Turki said, we're not interested in that fight. We're not interested in investing money for that fight. The fight we want to make is Moses Itama. So Turki's telling you guys that the golden boy, the guy that they really care about, the guy that they're going to push forward is Moses Itama, which I don't have a problem with, because Moses Itama is awesome and he's a fun fighter to watch, but it ain't right. It ain't right when you talk about Joseph Parker being put on the back burner, not getting a fight against Wardley, which really does nothing for him, even if he wins. You know, no, man. Parker right now, guys, you know, we should be talking about Parker fighting Alexander Usyk. I think he's earned that much, being a former champion, being a guy that's fought himself back into contention. He won 2 fights, because a lot of people thought that he was going to lose to Wilder. A lot of people thought he was going to lose to Zhang. He didn't lose to either one of them. Now people want to kind of rewrite the narrative. Some people want to rewrite the narratives and say that, you know, oh, well, Wilder was washed and Zhang isn't that good. And no. Y'all were ready to put Joseph Parker into retirement with both of them fights because you thought he was too small. Y'all thought he didn't have the skills, and he showed you guys he had the skills. He had it all. So my thing is, you gotta reward guys who go in the ring and show and prove. And just like Jaya Pataya, who's a badass, who's been showing and proving with no matter who they put in front of him. Parker, as of late, has been doing pretty much the same, and he's getting put on the back burner. Cause honestly, like, I don't like the Worley fight. I like the Worley fight because I think it's a fun fight stylistically, but I don't like the fight because I feel like even if Parker wins it, he's not going to be in the immediate plans of what Turki has. I feel like they're going to make Parker fight Italma. They're going to make Parker fight Hrgovic, something like that. And like, look, and listen, you guys know I'm the president of the Filip Hrgovic American fan club. That's my guy. I love Filip Hrgovic, but like, that's still not fair to Parker. Why should Parker have to potentially fight a guy like Italma or Hrgovic when he's already been beating these guys? He's already a former champion. He's been proving himself. He should get the shot because, truthfully speaking, Moses is still wet behind the ears, and his team don't even want him fighting anywhere close to that level. And that's just being honest. Moses Italma said himself that his team wanted him to fight Jermaine Franklin. Now, we know Franklin's getting ready to fight Ivan Ditchko on the Crawford-Canelo prelim, so he's not available. But that was what his team wanted. They want someone that's like solid and durable and crafty that could give this kid some rounds because he hasn't been in a proper fight with some rounds. So they don't want to, like, his team, Ben Davison and them, they're not stupid. They don't want to chuck that kid into the deep end because that's what you're doing. If you have Moses fight Usyk right now, you're chucking him into the deep end. So my thing is this: Turki needs to get off his high horse and give Joseph Parker a shot. It's ridiculous that he has to fight Fabio Worley, a fight that does literally nothing for him, all because Turki, for whatever reason, he never even explained why. He just said, we're not interested in Parker versus Usyk. Italma was the fight. But is Moses fighting Usyk right now? No. So why right now should be the time. Right now, or a couple months from now, should be the time where Parker gets a shot at Usyk. Because he earned it. He's the only former champion from that whole Wilder, Joshua, era, Fury era. He's the only guy that's actually on a winning streak. That Usyk hasn't fought. Usyk never fought Wilder because Wilder was never really within striking distance since Usyk's been the champion. But Parker is right there within striking distance, and he's not getting treated fairly. And I feel like nobody's talking about it except me and the guy who commented. I can't remember his name right now, but if you see this, you know who you are. I feel like nobody's talking about it because people don't want to talk about these things, or maybe they don't think about these things. They just think that everything Turki does is great. And I know I'm the Turki hater, so I'll wear that badge. I'll wear that badge of honor. But it's just the truth, bro. He's not treating Opataya fairly, and he's not treating Parker fairly. Does Turki have something against Samoans? I mean, I'm not Samoan, but I'm saying Parker, Samoan, Opataya, Samoan, both kicking ass, taking names, both can't get the big fights they deserve. So I don't know, man. Does he have something against the Samoan people? I don't know. I'm joking, by the way. Don't clip this and don't take it serious. But yeah, that's my rant, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think Joseph Parker is getting screwed by having to fight Worley while because it's all because Turki says he's not interested? What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you could love me or you could hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys stay tuned and subscribe. You won't be disappointed.